2 identical homes. One sells for 20% more than the other. In the next 20 minutes, you'll find out why. Merchandising is so important. I am here with Lauren Howard today, and we are going to talk to you about how to get your house ready to sell, how to merchandise and why, and even some of the objections and how you can overcome them. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and keep the comments coming, the questions. We're enjoying your feedback. Here we go.
Ready? Ready when you are.
Oh, good.
I think, Megan, one of the most, and it's so simple that I feel like it's kind of overlooked sometimes, is preparations.
Right.
I mean, it's you know, if you're going to give me 30 days to chop down a tree, I'm going to spend 29 of those days sharpening my axe.
Right.
And then it's go time.
Right.
So that's why, you know, I just think it gets overlooked, and it can be a bit overwhelming at times.
Right.
Because as you like to say, the way you live in a house and the way you're preparing to sell a house are two completely different things.
Oh, absolutely.
But that's why we're here. We're here to
Exactly.
help. We're here to get you to that point.
Right,
so.
right. So, yeah, so when you have people that have objections, why would people possibly object to making their house look better?
A lot of times there is that emotional connection to, you know, the home. I've raised my family here. Sometimes we even walk into situations where it's not the happiest, where, you know, maybe there's a family member that has passed, and then here's this house. What am I going to do with it?
Right.
So, you know, that's where we'll kind of come in. We can give our suggestions. We can, you know, give the different pricing. We're here to help.
Right.
Let me put it that way. You know, we're here to help in any capacity that we possibly can.
Right. Well, there's a lot of misconceptions about the cost too, isn't there?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
Tell us about some of the price structure, because I don't think everybody realizes that it doesn't need to cost an arm and a leg.
It sure doesn't. It sure doesn't. No, not at all. And you know, we can go as simple as just some soft staging. So that would be something as simple as art and accessories. You know, if the home is already furnished, there's already some furniture, you know, in this room, that room, we're just going to come in and put some, you know, nice little touches here and there. Right. We do have the full staging. If it's a vacant house, we're going to come in, we'll do, you know, the full and complete room, full and complete look.
Yes.
And then we do also offer something called redesign.
Right.
And as I like to say, we come in, we put the Megan touch on everything. So that is if the house is furnished, we come in, maybe we're going to move the couch this way. Maybe we're going to take this art piece and put it over on this wall. Right. We see a lot of like the built-in shelving units. We're going to declutter those. Right. We're going to pack some of that up for you.
But maybe we can make them look a little better, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
You know, I've even had that done in my own home. I've had our team go in and practice, and because you know, it's funny how a lot don't put a couch against a wall, and it'll stay there for 20 years. Yeah. I mean, they just don't move it. You know, people don't think about, well, you know, that might be the most comfortable spot to watch television, but you know, for pictures, maybe it should be positioned a little bit differently. So that's what I love about redesign.
Yes. Yes. And it's so simple.
So simple.
So simple.
So reasonable. Yes.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's good that people are starting to understand, because, you know, I think years past, people didn't have inspections. You know, they just sell their house, and now inspections are, you know, a no-brainer. Everybody does it. Exactly. And I think people are starting to realize that's the same with merchandising. I mean, it's a reason why all the top realtors get their house ready for market. So,
exactly. Yeah. Absolutely. Yes. And in the age of HGTV, where everyone has seen, you know, what the return on investment is, and you know, it's just, I'm hoping that we're moving towards where inspections didn't used to be a standard practice, where we're moving towards where staging and getting your home ready for sale is going to be a standard practice.
Exactly. So, what do they do when they need to contact you?
Well, you can email me. That's probably the easiest way, because when I am in consultations, I don't always have my phone on me. So email me. It's lhower, Hower, at professionalstaging.com, or you can give our office a call and they'll get hold of me as well.
Okay,
So,
great.
Yeah.
Great. And how far in advance do you think they need to get in contact with you? Because people are like, I know people are confused, like if they should do it right when the house is ready, or should they do it when they're in the building process? What do you feel is the best time?
The more advance notice, the better, of course, you know. But we do get folks that call us week of, and we don't say no. Let me say it that way. We don't say no. So whatever, you know, I understand, and especially in this busy world that we're living in, we're going in a million miles, you know, this direction and that direction. But more advance notice, the better. I'd say right now we're probably booking about a week to a week and a half in advance.
Oh, that's
just
good.
to keep that in mind.
Yeah. And it's still a busy month, isn't it?
It is.
With everything else going on.
Exactly. With the holidays, we were like, oh no, it might kind of slow down. We are full steam ahead. So it's great. It's a great problem to have.
It is.
You know?
It is.
It's not really a problem, but you know, it's perfect. Really. So
what about the main areas? You know, I've had people ask, do I have to stage the entire house? Do you find that there's certain rooms that people are asking for more than others?
I would say about 8 out of 10 times we're going in, we're staging those main living areas and the master.
Right.
If there happens to be some sort of like funky layout, or if there's, we went into a house not too long ago and there was just this pillar right in the middle of the room, we're going to have to show people, we're going to kind of have to hold those hands and show them how they're going to live in that space.
Oh yeah.
So that's when we may, put in some different rooms here and there, but 8 out of 10 times, main living areas, master, and we're good.
Yeah, I think the master's always nice because it's that sense of making it look romantic.
Exactly. And they can envision themselves there. Exactly.
And how do you put a price on that, right?
You can, right? I mean, that's it. That's all it takes sometimes.
I know. It's just that visceral feeling you get when you get in a house and it just feels right.
It feels like home.
It does.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do.
Exactly.
Now, do people ask if they get to pick out the furniture, and how do you handle that?
So we do get that quite often, and that's where there is a fine line between staging and design.
Right.
Whereas staging, as I said before, the way that you live in a house and the way you sell a house are two very different things.
Right.
So it's wonderful if you want to have that red accent wall in your home, but we're trying to appeal to the masses.
Right.
So we're going to come in, we're going to neutralize everything. So a lot of our pieces are very neutral as far as furniture, and then we bring in those pops of color with the art, the accessories, the throw pillows, things of that nature. So we don't really, we really prefer it if you just kind of let us come in and do our thing as far as, with the staging. Because you're in good hands, I promise.
Oh, I know. I just saw that recently on a house we did for Zombie. We had a whole wall that was in AstroTurf. And when I saw the pictures of the before, I'm like, what are we going to do with that wall? How are we going to... But then the designers, the way they pulled out the fun chairs and the artwork for it, I thought that was great.
It blended and it looked just so like retro hip, right? With the neon sign. I mean, it was so well done.
That's a tough thing to sell when it's all by itself.
Absolutely.
I think people, when they see something that's different,
it looks disjointed sometimes. Exactly. Yep.
So who usually pays for this staging?
So we see a 50-50. Okay. So sometimes it is the homeowner that goes ahead and they handle the cost of the staging, and then other times we will have the realtors come in and take care of that, and then that's usually sometimes it's out of their commission, but we kind of leave that to them. And the homeowner.
Right.
Exactly, to kind of figure that out. So yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah. So are you seeing people going in any trends, any design trends, any staging trends these days? So I know it's always changing.
It is. And that's the wonderful thing about our company that I love is that every few months we are keeping with the trends. Right. And it's just, our furniture's flipping and we're keeping everything really fresh and new. The whites and the grays, the whites and the grays are still huge right now.
Right.
Anything kind of like almost like that farmhouse, the Joanna Gaines. It's still so huge.
But I do love that we're starting to see a little bit of color again.
Yes.
I do like that.
Yes. It's slowly kind of.
Coming in,
Exactly. Yep. So we'll see.
Fun.
We shall see.
Well,
what's to come.
Thank you. Lots of good tips. I appreciate that. And it really shows how one house can stand out against the other, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Yes,
exactly.
Absolutely, because merchandising is so important.
So important. It really is. Absolutely.
Thank you, Lauren, and thank you for tuning in today. And if you have any questions, please call us. Keep the comments coming, and make sure you subscribe to our channel. Thank you.